It's very satisfying to see a guy like Glover Teixeira headlining the main event for the light heavyweight title at UFC 267. In a day and age of the sport where popularity and marketability plays a huge role in who gets those opportunities, Teixeira earned it the old school way, by letting the performances do the speaking for him and putting on a win streak that's undeniable. I'm not knocking or hating on the way things are now, by the way. I understand the importance of being marketable and the promotion making the fights that the fans want to see in an effort to sell more tickets, but there comes a time where you gotta give the workers their due, and the UFC matchmakers totally got this one right when they booked the veteran Teixeira for the second light heavyweight title shot of his career. I just love that no matter how consumed the sport is with the characters and the stories and the media hoopla, that there's a certain number of wins that exist such that if you can string it together, you're gonna get those major opportunities even if you're not the big personality that the promotions fawn over. Not to say that Teixeira isn't marketable, he's just not typically what the UFC is looking to get behind these days. But to hell with all that anyways, it's of minor importance. What is of major importance is who the best fighter in the light heavyweight division is. And after a professional career that started 19 years ago and spans across 39 fights, Teixeira has rightfully earned, quite likely, his last opportunity at the UFC world title. I chatted with Teixeira last year before his fight with Anthony Smith. At the time, he was on a 3-fight win streak and having his first fight back since the pandemic. Spirits were really high, and he told me that a big reason for his recent success was due to the investment in himself at the UFC Performance Institute. He told me that his newfound approach of taking care of himself, with the aid from the folks at the PI, has had a profound impact on his career. It's removed a lot of stress that was once there, and now he finds himself in a really great position of riding a 5-fight win streak with 4 finishes, including a win over the last man to hand current light heavyweight champion his last loss. I haven't really looked into this enough yet, but I get the feeling that not a lot of people are picking Teixeira to win this weekend. And trust me, I get it. I'm a believer in the Polish power. Jan Blachowicz is a great champion, and impossibly powerful in all areas of the game. He's basically just a house in the grappling department. Extremely difficult to move and control in that realm. Really good at stifling a lot of the offensive threats and takedowns, especially along the fence. Couple that with the fact that he hits impossibly hard, like scary hard, and the fact that he's coming off of a win over one of the hottest fighters in the game right now in Israel Adesanya, it's totally understandable that he enters this fight the betting favorite. A lot of the fans and odd makers have Teixeira as the underdog in this one, but he doesn't see it that way. And I'm certainly over any limiting beliefs I once had on what he's capable at this point in his career. I do realize as one ages, physicality usually declines, but at the same time, I think people read a bit too much into age when it comes to this sport, when it's actually more about the mileage and the damage taken over the years. Teixeira is actually up there both in years and a number of fights, but he's performing great, and physically, he's looking strong as he ever has. The champion is likely going to be the bigger and stronger man on fight night. He's a major threat to all elite 205ers. And while Teixeira certainly isn't as fast as he once was, he definitely has the advantage in the skills department when it comes to straight striking. Teixeira has very clean boxing and hasn't really shown any signs of diminished durability over the years. Now, testing out that durability against a guy as powerful as Blachowicz would be ill-advised, but if he can weather the storm of the early rounds and the fight remains upright, I personally like the odds of Teixeira's sound, technical boxing of throwing straight down the pipe, landing on Blachowicz, and landing on him often. Another great quality Teixeira has is his BJJ. He has really good timing on his takedowns, and when he's in that top position, he absolutely brutalizes his opponent. His grappling actually also really benefits him defensively. Because he steps right into that pocket, he gets hit. And oftentimes when we've seen him get clipped, it's his jiu-jitsu that stifles the oncoming offense and everything that comes behind him to keep him safe until he regains his wits about him. I just feel like Teixeira has a lot going for him in this fight. Another added element of intrigue to this title fight is the backdrop of having Yuri Prochazka waiting in the wings should someone fall out. Just the fact that he's out there lurking around and weighing in for this fight is interesting because that man is a monster, and I'm very interested to see what happens with him next. But hopefully for another day, because right now, it's time for Teixeira and Blachowicz to square off. And I gotta say, I'm not worried about the fact that Teixeira is a betting underdog. He was an underdog in his last 2 fights and he ended up getting 2 stoppage victories. Blachowicz is as dangerous of a fight as he can possibly get right now, but he's certainly nothing Teixeira isn't capable of overcoming.